Hello, everybody. I had to have a sip of my coffee before we do this because it is late at night. It's like maybe 9:30 at night in Australia. But I thought, look, I have to come on here just to explain a couple things because the conference is coming up in 5 days, which is super duper exciting. And a number of people have bought tickets, especially a number of people in the US. But please remember, everyone, if you bought a ticket from me, for the conference, you're coming online. The way you actually log on online is you will get an email with a link. So if you have not put your email in, I can't contact you to literally give you your login details. It's not a public thing. You will actually need to, be online to actually be able to go to the conference. So I know a number of you have actually bought tickets, like I said, online, but you have not put your email in. So please email me. It's at Nelson Sopery, so you'll be able to find the email very easily, but it's nelsonsopery@gmail.com. Please email me so that, I can send you the link out for your ticket. So, because I even did have another person that bought a ticket today and has not left the email. So please do. And for anyone that ever buys a ticket or is involved in my conference, always, put your details in at the email. You're not going to be spammed with hundreds of emails. The reason we actually do ask for the email list is that's how you're going to be notified. So we will tell you who the speakers are, the agenda, how things are going. And if you're not on that email list, you're just not going to know. So please make sure that you do that. And like I said, if you bought a ticket and you haven't given me your email, please just, like I said, email me, or you can contact me through Instagram, or even on here, but don't put your personal details. Make sure you DM me privately or something, or like I said, email me, and that way I will actually email you out the link. So if you have a ticket, and a lot of people have a ticket online, because we do have 14 countries now logging in from around the world. So like I said, please just email me. But I thought, while I'm on here, I will tell you a few things. It's so exciting. Like, it's only 5 days away. And, look, I've had a couple people lately ask me, they've said, how did you actually get here? Like, why did you even think of a conference? Like, how did you make a conference? And look, I'm going to just tell you, when I actually did this, I wanted to go to a conference. I would have paid $1,000 to go to one, because I really wanted one in the industry so I could make friends and also just learn a little bit from other people, and there was nothing. So then I really did one, and I thought, look, if I get 20 people that come, I'll be excited. And the first year, I think we only had, I'm going to say 29 or 30 people on the first conference, and then some online. The second year, similar, I think it was similar numbers. And, this is just going past COVID. So I think the amount of people that came, it was good for post-COVID. And even now, I'm very happy with the numbers that we have got, although there's a lot online this year, is over 100. So, it's really exciting. And the way we actually do this so that we can zoom it out to other people is, we're obviously, we have a venue where it's in, so it's actually in a professional function venue for all the guests coming in person, because it's fully catered. They get all their meals and everything else, and they get to mingle with the guest speakers and talk to them. So it's more exclusive, and we don't take more than like 90 people. That way, all the people in person can actually talk to everyone, and anyone online, we only take up to 250 people online, and this year as well over 100. So to me, I'm very excited with that. This is only year 3. It takes about 5 years to get any business off the ground. And I'd say, honestly, I'd say probably closer to 5 to 10 years. 5's realistic. So I think with the amount of people that know of the conference, and if you actually type in Candle Conference, we actually come up on the first page. So that's very exciting, because it has not been easy to get this off the ground. It definitely has not. And I've said this a few times. My husband and I actually invested all of our money into it. We don't have financial supporters or anything like that. We actually pay for everything ourselves at the conference. But this year, it's very, very exciting. Need to have one in Perth one day. Yeah, well, lovely. Paula, we are actually moving the conference around, love. So next year will be our first year in Queensland. I did do on my Patreon and also on my Facebook group, I actually did do a vote and ask people where would they like it to move, like what suburbs, or sorry, not suburb, what state would people be interested? And I think it was like Queensland was like 80 odd percent was Queensland. So, that was a big number. And one thing that surprised me is that no one voted for Sydney. Actually, no, I lie. I think it was 4%. It was very low anyway, only a couple for Sydney. So it was more Melbourne and Queensland. I don't know if I had even one. Maybe I had one or two from Perth. But, look, it's always on the cards to move it around. And we do, and I know Queensland doesn't get as many people. They don't have as many sort of people coming to these events because a lot of events don't come there. So more events seem to go to Melbourne and Sydney because, they're the sort of bigger areas. But we're always open to move it to Perth or maybe even Tassie, Sydney. I don't know whether we're going to move it to Sydney because the numbers weren't good. So in 2025, it will be in Brisbane. But look, honestly, we need people to support us, whether they're online or whether they're in person, because if we don't have numbers, we can't do it because it does cost up to $10,000 to do these kind of events, and that's doing it on the cheap. So it is quite expensive. As I said, we don't have financial backing on this or anything. Although this year we do actually have, I think, 8 or 9 different supporters. So I'm really excited about that. So many companies have actually, even companies from overseas, as far as China, have actually donated products for us to give away. So that is really exciting. So that, because we want to make sure we give people that come along, we want to make sure we give you some freebies because that's what it's about, so that you can test and see and just have a bit of a go and see what you like. And, look, when I actually did interior design, because I am an interior designer by trade, I studied interior design and I used to actually do staging in homes. And when I did that, it was very big to go to conferences. And the thing when I went to those conferences is you usually don't know who's going to be a guest speaker. And usually it's not a big person in the industry. Usually it might be like a real estate agent. It might be other staging companies that would tell you how they were going and things like that. So it wasn't like, whereas this conference, we have some really big names of people that are coming in. And, honestly, I am so humbled and extremely grateful for those people. I mean, Maria from Humblebee and me to come in all the way from Canada. That is so great. That is so gracious of her, and just really, really nice. And I'm really excited about that. And I am actually having an afternoon tea a couple of days after with Marie, because she is actually doing that for a few people in Melbourne. So people, a lot of people like Marie, what they do is when they go to other countries or, they're traveling, they will actually have like a coffee day. And so people in their Patreon or I think even just people that follow them, they'll actually put it up for offer who wants to come for coffees and things like that. So I think that's actually a great thing for everyone to communicate. And it doesn't matter what country we're in. It's really exciting just to be able to, to meet other people, see how they got there. What are they doing that you're not? I mean, are they packaging their products? Are they not? Are they using natural? Are they using other things? Like, what are they actually using? And I just think that, to me, that is one of the most exciting things to actually see, is because it can tell you, like, you might be using, say, a glass jar for making a candle and it's not selling, and you're like, why not? And then at these conferences, we actually have displays of different people. We encourage people to bring their products so that we can actually show you what other people are making, what they're using. And it doesn't mean you're not going to copy them, of course, but it will give you ideas of, like, so for instance, for me, I actually make my candles in these particular jars. Like, these are my own jars, and it has my own label, if you can kind of see that. Although, one thing I'm going to tell you this, although I love this, and I actually did get these made from Lee Molds, they did a great job. The one thing I've realized with this is it's hard to put a sticker on it because my branding's at the front. And I think if this was sitting in a shop or even at a market, people are like, well, what scent is it? I know what it is because each color, so like this is a different color. And so, this is another one here. So each color will have, different scent, but people don't know and they don't want to pick it up. So that's the only downfall I'd say with having your logo at the front. So I personally think it should be plain, and you'd be better off just putting your sticker or whatever label you've had made on the front. And I think that's what I'm going to do going forward. I will, in next month or so, I will contact Long Story Short and get some designs made to go at the front. Just a really tiny sticker, nothing too bold, because I really don't like stickers when they take over the whole jar. I think it takes away from the jar. I think even just a really small little square sticker at the front, it can even be a sticker that's only 4 centimeters, 3 or 4 centimeters. It doesn't need to be big. And maybe even it's just literally your logo, and underneath you could have what the scent is and things like that. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking in the future to come up with on that. I don't know, but it's just something I'm thinking about anyway. Because you've always got to think of things, don't you? You've got to think of what's going to work and what's not going to work, and that's what I mean. At the conference we'll be talking about that, and we'll have things like, I'll show you. So if you can kind of see this tray here, we've got some trays like that, and people will actually, and then we've got heaps of candle molds and things, and I've made a whole heap of smaller ones like this. There's like 60 or 70 of them, and people can actually use them on the day. They can make their own candle on the day. We're going to show people how to actually get the right wick, how you measure up for the right wick, what you do, and the reason we've got these with the florals, I don't put florals on candles, and I do not suggest that. But, if you're making a wax melt, maybe you just want to make it a little bit pretty, and you can actually put that in a melt because there's no flame. So that's the thing. We'll be actually showing that. We'll have fragrances people can use as well. And we will zoom in so that people online can see all of this as well, because that's the thing. And, I do say to a lot of people, when they say, well, why would I come to a conference? And the biggest thing that I can tell you why you would come, and I know from my own experience in other jobs that I've had, it's just learning. You need to invest in your business. A business can't grow without investment, and it doesn't matter whether that's a conference or whether you're investing your time online, like constantly researching, if you can't afford a conference. I just think that is something that is really, really good. I really do agree with that. And this year's very exciting. We've got lots of bags made up. We've got everyone coming in person is going to get a voucher from one of the companies. And that is extremely generous from Craft 360. They are a packaging company. They also do like so anyone looking for those little crystals and things that you put on top of products, or you want to add them in a bag for something special, they do things like that too with, the oils. They do pump bottles and so on. And they're a smaller company, so you can talk to them and they'll help you out and explain how things actually work. So I actually find that really good and quite cool to be able to get up nice and close, and you can actually speak to those packaging companies. And also, if you're online, everybody, or if you bought your online ticket, so by now you should have had your login. I have emailed well over 100 people. Some people have told me they didn't get the email, but from my end, all of the emails are saying everyone has it. So if you don't have your email and you've gotten an online ticket, please email me and tell me, or message me, through here. You can message me through Insta, Facebook group. There's so many ways you can get in contact with me, and just let me know that you don't have it, and I will actually send you the link, because without the link, you will not be able to log on, and you'll miss out. So, and you've bought the ticket. So please let us know. We try really hard, and on Sunday we'll be setting up. So if you do not have your login by Sunday, you're probably not going to get it. So that's why I'm saying, and I've done, dozens of posts about, please let me know so I can help you out. We don't want anyone to miss out that has a ticket. And, if you're buying a ticket for Queensland, a part of buying the ticket is you must put your email in. And we've actually done it this way because we've had a few issues with people not putting the email, and then we've had to chase people around to try and find out, their email. And it's actually quite difficult, because if you're in the US and I don't have your email, and sometimes people don't even write their business in it, so I can't even search their business to try and find them to say, I need your email to send this. And I can't legally actually send you emails for the conference unless you actually click that box to say yes, because now you're not allowed to just send emails to people. So, and we wouldn't do that anyway. It's a bit annoying when people do that. So, like I said, please make sure you do that. Please join the newsletter. You won't get a lot of annoying things. You'll just, you're going to get information. So, and any time that we have discounts from now on, it's going to be in the newsletter. So if you don't get that newsletter, or you're not, you don't give us your email, you're not going to get any discount or any freebies or anything. Sometimes we'll do a thing that if you buy a ticket, you're going to get this for free, or you'll get this voucher or something. Or, there might be, we'll also have like discount codes for certain companies. So if we have a speaker that gives us discount codes for you to use, you'll need to be in the newsletter to actually get it. Unless you're, a ticket holder, then of course it will be in the book. And also, for a lot of people, what we actually did is when we sent out the email with all the login details for everybody to log in, so that you all have them way in advance, you can try it, make sure you understand how to log in. It's very easy. It's logged in through Zoom as well, everyone. So we actually do this through Zoom, and then what we do later is we save the video and then we go back and edit it. And so then after we've edited it, then everyone will get a link to that once again, and then you'll be able to watch it as many times as you want. So that's one good thing as well. So I also do have one more ticket in person if anyone wants that ticket, because another customer has just notified me that she actually can't come. So, and she's already bought her ticket. So if anybody else wants that ticket, and that will be really good, and we can, try and get the money back to that person. So if anyone else wants that ticket, just contact me. I think maybe I'll put it online. So anyway, we will see what happens. But there's only a couple more days if you want that one. And that's as simple as it gets. If we can't, if we can't sell that one, we'll have to see what we can do. I mean, maybe it's just going to be an empty seat, which is a bit of a shame, because it's a really, really lovely it's a lovely event. It's held in Brighton, right on the beach. So if you love the beach like me, you can literally go to the conference and sneak over to the beach later on and have a really nice time. And when you're actually sitting in the conference, you can see the whole bay, and it's just so beautiful, really, really beautiful. And for anybody that's coming to the conference in person, after the conference finishes, it will finish by 5 p.m. Anyone's welcome to come down to the beer garden, which is in the same venue, and we're just going to have a drink or a cup of tea or coffee, whatever you like. And, everyone can just buy whatever they want for themselves. So anyway, it's a little bit of an after party if anybody wants to come down to that, because I know a lot of you have flown in from other states. We have a lot of Queenslanders that have flown in. We always get some from Tassie as well, which is super cool. We have a couple Sydney-siders as well, and of course lots of people from Melbourne. So anyway, so it's all coming together now, friends. It really is. And it's, like I said, not far. So on Sunday night, myself and my committee of Chrissy and Kat, we will all be going in there along with my husband and some of the suppliers. They will actually be going in there Sunday night to, set up so that it will be nice and ready for everybody on Monday, because Monday coming up, which is, about 5 days time, or is it 5 days? Something like that anyway. That's when the conference will start. So you'll be allowed in at 9:55, and then we will get started around 10. So, and for anyone coming in person, make sure you have your ticket and put your ticket in the box, because that is how you're going to win the prizes. There's KitchenAids that we're going to give away, KitchenAid stick blender, $2,500 accommodation and ticket pass to 2025. So we literally give you a free holiday in Queensland. But you've got to be a ticket holder to get that, friends. And for people coming in person, there are a lot more prizes for them, because obviously they're paying a lot more money to come in person. And there's no good me giving a trip to Queensland and somebody lives in France, because they might not be able to afford the plane flight to come in. So that's why we give it away to the people that are there in person. And if you want to come to Queensland and you're a ticket holder, in the link that I've given you, that you will have had your discount code. There is a discount code in there. So if you're coming in person to Queensland, use that discount code and you'll get $100 off the Queensland ticket. And we're also going to have merchandise in Queensland. We're going to have some jumpers, some tees, some aprons. I'm giving away a couple aprons this year, friends. So that is super exciting. I'm going to give one away as well to people online, and I'll ship it out to whatever country you live in. So it's just an apron with our logo on it, which is a little bit exciting, isn't it? So it's something for nothing, just having a ticket. And of course, the online tickets are, what are they? $49 Australian money. And then they are, I think it works out, Jazz from Black Sunflower told me it works out to be about $33, I think she said, US. So yeah, so anyway, like I said, very, very exciting. And one of the ladies that is coming, she is from Long Story Short. Now, she is really clever. She is actually a copywriter. So she, you know, when you see on websites the writing and it looks so professional and you think, gosh, I wish I could write like that. That is what she does for a job. And I did listen to the Candle Business Coach the other day, and they actually interviewed her, and what a clever woman. And she's so passionate about it. And I can see where she's coming from, because it, you know, I think the thing is, when we all do our websites, we actually forget all of these things that are important. You know, your images are super important. I mean, if you have a bad image, no one's going to buy from you. I mean, you know, look, let's be honest here. It's going to be hard to get that across the line if your images are bad. So, and at the start, mine weren't great, but you know, just put them on and you'll soon learn, and just keep practicing, and your photos will get better and better each time. And so, yeah, so your photos need to be good. Of course, the writing needs to be good. And when I first started, I would just, you know, type in what I thought. So I would write, for instance, blueberry candle in beautiful, I don't know, white jar. So, well, it doesn't sound that good, does it? But, you know, when a copywriter does it, or you can even use the AI tool on Shopify, it makes it sound so professional. And actually, for anyone listening, one thing that I did learn on watching a few different YouTube videos is with the SEO, if you actually write, so when you're doing your description, a lot of people write paragraph after paragraph. Well, that's hard for Google to pick up. So what you actually need to do is do it in dot point. So you might write scent and then blueberry, weight 350 grams, and so on. So if you just do like 3 or 4 points, you can still write a little bit at the top and a tiny bit at the bottom, but try not to write more than 2 or 3 lines in one go, because people aren't going to read that. They're going to skim through it fast, and it's harder for SEO to actually pick that up. So in dot point, SEO picks it up much, much faster. And I've even noticed that with the conference, when I changed the way I actually started to do my pages on the conference, you know, and to give you an idea, on the conference, I've literally gone from getting 50 people a month hitting my site and taking a look to 2,500. I think it was 2,300, I think is what I worked it out the other day, a month. So, I mean, that will give you an idea of how important it is to make sure your writing is good. And I really believe it's the writing. Of course, it's the images. I have better images. But seriously, everybody, you know, you need to look at these things. And these are free things you can do for yourself. And if you don't know how to use Shopify and you've got one, honestly, watch YouTube. That's how I learned. I watched so many YouTube videos, and I did have a fellow candle maker. I can't remember her name now, and I wish I could, because I feel bad to say that, but she actually helped me. She said, look, if you share your screen, you're happy to share. She said, I'll actually help you out. So don't just share your screen with anyone. Make sure it's the right person. But yeah. Hi, my love from Tassie. I was just saying before that Tassie is on our possible list one day to come with the conference, and that, you know, but at the moment, when we did we did a bit of a poll, and Tassie ranked low. Nobody really wanted to choose that. I'm like, what? I went on my honeymoon to Tasmania. I quite thought it was beautiful. So although the Tasmanian boat to get there wasn't great, you know, I was very seasick. So that was not for me. But as I said, it is late in the evening. But I know if I come on late, sometimes I catch some of you in the US early, getting up early, and also, lots of mums, you put your kids to bed and then you can actually listen. So make sure you follow me on my social medias. Also, make sure you follow the conference over on Instagram. Look, after the first conference, honestly, I didn't really even do the social media on it, which was a bit lazy of me. So it's only this year I've really started concentrating on that as well. And it's really important because honestly, I made the biggest mistake when I started this conference. The biggest mistake I think I made, I didn't have a conference page, Facebook page. I had the website, but it wasn't great. I didn't do a lot of work on it. And things like that. And that's the same as every site, like you're only going to get back out of what you put in. So if you just think, oh, I can't be bothered, that I don't know how to do this and it's too stressful, you're not going to do well. So you just need to keep trying. Hi, Sue, my love. Welcome. This is the thing, look, and I do have a lot of people contact me and say they wish they could do. Oh, you can't find my email address. It's nelsonsopery@gmail.com, my love. No, you didn't miss the conference, darling. The conference is on this Monday coming up. It has not happened yet. So it's this Monday, but if you did not get an email, and that's the whole point of this video, if you didn't get an email, please email me. Or you can message me through Insta. So even at Nelson Sopery through Insta, just send me a message to say you didn't get it, and I will send you a link. You need that link. You won't be getting into the conference without that link, because it is a private link. It is, and basically what happens, it will put you into a waiting room, and then on the day, about sort of at 9:45, you'll all be let into the conference if you're online. So, please make sure you do that. Check your email, and also make sure you go and check on the email also that it hasn't gone to junk, because sometimes it goes to junk, lovelies. So please just, go over and double check. And like I said, make sure you're joining all my socials, because even on Nelson Sopery and of course on the conference, I'll often do lives so that you'll actually be able to see, a little bit more information. But like I said, the email list, which is on the Australian Soaping and Candle Conference.com website. That is where you'll get a lot of information. So I'll send information on if there's discounts, if you get discount codes, even if suppliers give us special codes for you. It won't be just listed on the site. You'll actually need to be a part of that email list to get all of that. And it's just easy for me to do that, and then pretty much everyone's going to get it and you'll see it. So that's why I've done it that way, just to help everyone. It makes it really simplified, everybody, as well. And also, if you did not get my email and you're a ticket holder, you'll need that, because you'll also get an ebook. It's quite many pages. I don't know what it is. I'm going to say 20 pages or something. And on that, there will be recipes. There's a soap recipe in it. I think there's a shower steamer recipe as well. Information and links to all of the suppliers that will be there, as well as a little bit about Marie, because of course she's coming in. All of my, we'll talk about countries that are logging in and things like that. So anyway, it's a good read. And like I said, you need to be on it. I keep saying this, and whoever is the last couple people that have bought a ticket on my site, on online ticket, and did not put their email, please contact me. You cannot get you can't log in without an email. So remember, it's online. That's the only way that we can send you a link so that you can listen and watch through Zoom. And if you're online as well, please make sure you try and log on the day, even if you're not on for the full day, because you can ask questions. You can ask questions to our speakers. If you don't log on, you're not going to be able to ask questions. So, and we will have a Q&A as well, so which will be really, really good. So please, like I said, make sure that you try and log on and see all the fun, be involved, and you'll be able to make some friends online as well. So And, it is a very nice environment. And if we have anyone swearing or anything, they will be removed. They do get removed. So, yeah, so it's a really nice environment. And, it's going to be a really nice day and no silliness, which is good. And no question is a silly question, everyone, either. So if you have a question, please don't feel scared or embarrassed to ask a question. There's no silly question whatsoever. So anything you want to ask, on the day, please feel free to ask that question. You can always message me through Insta as well. If you're, because I know some people are scared to say something because they think, well, someone's going to say something mean to me. So they don't want to, ask the question. But you can always message me privately and I will try and help with your question. I always do try and get back. I mean, sometimes I can get over 100 messages a month. So, but I do try my best to get back through to all of you. So anyway, I hope you're all really excited, like I said, about the conference. And it's great to have something like this in Australia. And one thing I did notice that many conferences, they don't seem to have an online version. So like either it's a full conference that's just online, but we wanted to have one with the guest speakers there and all the fun so you could see it all. And I've noticed that a lot of them don't do it online. And then my husband did say to me, because my husband's an engineer and he actually runs the online one at the conference because I host it. And he was actually saying it's actually quite difficult if you don't know what you're doing, you're not good with IT. He said you need an expert that understands how to actually do that. So it's not just like Zoom. It's like, even though it's run through the platform of Zoom, it actually runs through a secondary platform. And we actually have to have 3 computers running to be able to have this working and really good internet. So yeah, crazy. And of course, the people in person, they're going to hear the most because sometimes you will hear a little bit of a backing of the mic. And we did think this year, do we not use the mic so that there isn't any sort of like throwback with online? But then, like my husband said, well, then people in person can't hear very well at the back of the room because there's a lot of people. There's lots of tables of people. So as he said, well, no, we can't do that. We need to use the mic. So we just ask people to understand that we're trying our super best. And this year we will actually have, I think, 4 cameras in the room rather than just 2. So hopefully we can give you some close-up views. And we will also this year, after feedback, because you kind of learn a lot, on the major big screen, anything that we're filming will be reverted back to the screen as well so that you can see really close. Even people at tables can see. And this year there'll be a lot of workshops. So we have 3 different workshops so that I will demonstrate how to do it. I'll have other people helping to demonstrate and then we'll help as well. Oh, that's okay, my love. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, online. Somebody's just saying thanks for having it online. I do think it's good because not everyone can afford to come in person because it does cost obviously a lot more in person because of the way it's all done. Yeah, you'll see me next Monday, my love. Yes. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm glad that you've got the email, lovely. And that's the thing. I was a bit concerned because some people said they didn't get it, but I know a lot of times it will go to junk mail. So if you haven't got your email, please check the junk mail. And like I said, please message me. I'm begging you to message me before Sunday, because last year we had the same thing with a couple people didn't check their email until the day of the conference. And you can imagine on the day with over 100 people online, and if we had 60 people calling, we just can't do that. We can't concentrate on that. So you do need to make sure that, like I said, you double check that you've got the link and then message me if you don't so we can help you because we can help you now. It's just on the day we can't. So and then if you don't message us and you can't get in, you'll still be able to watch it, but you'll just get the link. You will miss out on the live. You'll still get the link to watch it. So it's not like a waste or anything. You'll be able to watch it back. But it's more exciting to be involved live if you can, because you can ask questions and we will do some close-ups of, people around the room so you can be involved a little bit as well. Well, that's right, love. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, if somebody's just saying it helps people that can't travel, and I understand that because we're in Australia. I mean, Australia is the land down under, so far away from the rest of the world. So, I do totally understand that. So, online is a really good avenue as well for lots of people. And I do think we will get to the stage eventually over the next few years where I think even online will be sold out because, like I said, we can't have 1,000 online. It'd be too hard to navigate, and we would probably need about 8 computers running to do that as well. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I never say about putting the thumbs up, but I watched a video, darling, the other day, and it said, "Oh, you must always do your call to action." And I thought, "Oh no, I just don't do it." But like I said, I'm just really the thing with YouTube that I love and I think's really good is I can come on here, people can watch this later or they can watch it now, and it will just give you an insight as well. So it's another way of me being able to get the information out there to say, please double check your emails, double check that you've got everything that you need to do, and and you'll log on as well. Like, please double check that as well. So it's super important, everybody, as well. And I will be each day, several times a day. I will go around checking all the emails as well. So, and the venue is totally paid for now. That there's no more tickets except for one because one lady can't come. So if you want that in-person ticket, and that's what happens, we get sold out of the tickets, and then sometimes someone can't come or something comes up, or I mean, life gets in the way sometimes. So and so for anyone wondering, so I've had a lot of people wanting as well. Oh wow, 20K coming up. Yeah, I know. Look, my site on YouTube, lovely, has grown so much. And look, I said this from the start. I told my daughter, I said, if I get 50 people following me, I'll be so excited. And obviously, I have more than 50 people following me now. So yeah, I don't know what I'm up to. I think it's over 17,000. I don't really look at the number so much anymore, but one thing that I do feel excited about with YouTube is I do feel that people that follow me, like most people, are generally quite involved. So when I do lives and things like that, I do. Can't wait to watch the replay. Yeah, I know if you're in another country, it might be a bit hard, might it? Lovely. But just remember, please, that the conference won't be replayed to the public. So I hate to say that, but it won't be because ticket holders obviously paid for a ticket. We will have little burts. I will do little small snippets for you all. We will do some small reels and stuff so that you can see. So we will do a little bit like that because I do understand it's tough times and not everyone can afford a ticket. But unfortunately, it does cost money to run a conference. So obviously, we have to charge for a ticket, and we charge the least that we can. So, we just try and do our best as well. Online ticket here from Sydney, but you're working on the day. Oh, that's okay, my love. I understand that. And actually, Queensland, the reason we're doing Queensland differently, that will be actually on a Saturday and Sunday. So for people working, you'll actually be able to come to that conference on a weekend. And I thought we'll try a weekend and see. A lot of people ask for Mondays and Tuesdays because they do markets, but we thought, look, a lot of people also work. So and I'm sure to invest in your own business, you can take a day off from the market to come along and learn lots of stuff, make things, like I said, do these workshops and really understand how it all works. But anyway, I've taken up enough of your time, my loves. It is evening, like I said, in Australia, and time for me to get ready for my shower and bed soon because I've been making so many things today. So so much soap, and tomorrow I will be off making some baby soap, and so I do have some soap videos coming out super duper soon, so I promise to bring them out as soon as I can. Maybe tonight, actually, one might be released because Patreon have already had that video. So if you're on my Patreon or you want to join, they actually get the videos first. Now, I do have a free version of Patreon that you can join, but honestly, it's just a post here and there. If you actually want the videos and everything early, or any other information, then you can join from as low as $5 right up to $100. And the $100 level, I only take 3 people a year, and that's the people that I mentor. So, so anyway, if you want any of those options, just go over and check me on Patreon. You'll be able to see under all my videos, there is links for all that. But as I said, make sure you join my social media and become a friend with me on Insta, of course. And you'll see lots more reels coming from me soon. Anyway, bye everyone. See you soon.